Confessions, Fire and Water. Written by HeiKitsune and read by Goombasa. Love is a curious thing. No matter what humans do, they will never understand their own hearts. We could look into the future, plan out our every move, and even then we may never know what our hearts will bring. Yeah! One such human is experiencing this now. Rinka twirled the practice axe with great flair, bashing the wooden dummy furiously, fire erupting with every blow. Everybody went about their duties, with the training area, a large green field, being rather packed today. Even though they had just come from another victorious battle, they still felt the need to strengthen themselves for future fights. Ugh! None more so than the fiery heir to the Flame Tribe, Rinka. Tsubaki, Ryoma, and Xander all sat watching the Fire Princess, all of them resting after their own training session. She is still going, Xander stated, watching as another burning blow was dealt to the dummy. Indeed, Ryoma nodded. Even after 6 hours, Rinka seems to have not lost her vigor. The Fire Tribe is quite formidable. Or stubborn, Tsubaki added with a wary chuckle. With unhinged rage, Rinka shot her arm through the dummy's body and set the whole thing ablaze in a massive flame. She cursed as it turned to ashes. With her partner now dust, she turned to leave the training area, growling all the way. However, Tsubaki tried to stop her, to chastise her for breaking another dummy. Whoa! Only for his head to be nearly taken off by the flaming wooden axe being thrown and stuck into the tree behind him. Stomping through the village, Rinka raged war with herself. Her heart demanded her to follow while her mind called her a fool and a traitor to her people. This shouldn't be so hard. She punched a hole through a tree to try and calm her frustrations. Her growling caused others around her to back away. Love is not meant to be such a rage-inducing emotion, and it is far less than Rinka's temper that angered her. It is her fear. Bandits, outlaws, dragons, wolves. Nothing made the noble warrior worry. It is simply not the way of her people to act in fear. And yet here she is, cowering away from her heart. But we're so different. Her grumbling ceased into a forlorn sigh, pulling her hand from out of the tree. This was not as simple as the princess and the pauper. Her clan laws forbid any relationships with outsiders, and Corrin was the biggest outsider of them all. A man of two kingdoms, Corrin fit nowhere but everywhere at once. During this time of near-infinite war, Corrin went against the tide, preaching peace instead of blood. But he's not like those fools who think combat is not needed to bring peace. She has seen the flames he can produce, massive fires of power, yet he does not flaunt it. Only when needed does he fight. And the kind-heartedness is what made her fall for him. It's ironic that a blazing woman such as herself would fall in love with a man as calm as the seas. But with her clan, no matter what she feels, she cannot love him. If she, the princess of the Fire Tribe, were to marry an outsider, another war may just spark. Even so, those aren't her worst fears. Rejections, the words, "I am sorry," springing from her lips, made her want to turn tail and run. Her wandering brought her near the spring, where Corrin walked idly around the spring, as if he were looking for something. She felt shameful heat rush to her face as she gazed at him, his features a perfect match of rough and beautiful. A strong jaw, yet soft red eyes, tall but not imposing or intimidating, just right to feel comfortable around. So lost in her gazing, she didn't notice that it was just the two. No one else around. Everyone going about their day, leaving them alone. Just her and him. It seemed the gods were either toying with her or giving her a chance. All my bravado will mean nothing if I don't at least tell him how I feel. She swallowed her pride, swallowed her traditions, and called out to him. Corrin, I've been looking for you. Corrin turned his head as he heard his name. He smiled fondly at Rinka as he approached her. Oh, I've been looking for you too. Getting closer, the prince added, I hear you've been warming up to everyone. I know it couldn't have been easy for you. Thank you. His genuine, sincere smile made the fiery woman's heart skip a beat or two. Damn it, she cursed in her head. Why does he have to smile like that? And why is he so damn close? Sure, no problem. She could barely hear her own voice, it was so light. So, Corrin asked, you had something you wanted to talk to me about? She felt herself grow hotter by the minute. Just standing by him made her chest beat wildly. No, never mind. She gave up. She couldn't do it. Like a coward, Rinka turned with her tail between her legs. It's not important. Maybe we could talk another time. Wait, Rinka! Corrin leapt after her, grabbing her arm and forcing her to stay. What's wrong? You can tell me. You finally started to open up. Don't close yourself off now, the gentle prince begged. Please, let's talk. Rinka felt her whole face heat up. The cool touch of his hand on her skin sent an inferno through her. Why? Why does he have to be so caring? She asked the foolish question. In her worry, she grasped his hand. Somehow, it had calmed her raging heart. His soft touch relaxed her mind, clearing it of worry. Corrin blushed too, noticing Rinka's rough palm over his and her fingers laced through his own. Quickly, the fire woman removed her hand from his in her embarrassment. She was acting like a little girl, stuttering and shying away from him. No more. She was a proud warrior of the fire tribe. No battle, not even the one of love, should she run away from. With her arms crossed and face tinted pink, Rinka turned to her opponent. Huh? Corrin looked at the fire maiden in concern. Are you all right? Your face is burning up. Corrin was upon her again, placing his hand on her forehead to check her temperature, which was rising by the second. Do you have a fever? Are you sick? Let me get you a healer. Corrin's touching concern for her made her heart sing and do flips in joy. But she would not falter. She was a warrior, damn it. No! She pushed him away, trying to keep her cool. However, the prince was not so easily convinced. Are you sure? Through pure determination, Rinka pushed through her worries. I wanted to tell you... Yet once again, she is stopped by her fears and pride, trying to find the right words. Corrin calmly encouraged her. Yes? Go on. Enough! She berated herself, looking the man in her heart in the eyes, and spoke. I'm sorry. My pride and my tribe's law prevented me from telling you before. I swore I'd never do this. With a sigh, Rinka relaxed her raging soul. Every time I saw you, I felt ashamed. You were a reminder of my capture. A reminder of my weakness. Corrin felt nothing but remorse and regret. I am so sorry. However, to his surprise, Rinka shook her head at his apology. But over time, the shame over my capture has weakened and been replaced. Getting to the point, Rinka gathered her courage. I began to wrestle not with my weakness, but with a new feeling. Corrin raised a curious brow. A new feeling? Yes. Rinka paused, the word just on the very tip of her tongue. Love. Huh? Corrin was taken aback. I could not accept that I had feelings for you. You are a foreigner, an outsider, and a constant reminder of my capture. A silence hung in the air, and Rinka let the fear come back in her heart. She tried to keep her steeled gaze on him, but his gentle ruby eyes forced her to look away. I am such a coward, she cursed herself. When Corrin took a step closer, she closed her eyes, not wanting to see it, not wanting to hear him turn down a brute like her. She jumped when she felt something cool on her cheek. Opening her eyes, Rinka was surprised to find Corrin smiling at her, cupping her cheek gently while he grinned. What? Before she could say anything, Corrin placed a kiss on her, stealing her lips with a sweet, cool kiss before she could even think of anything to say. Corrin? She gasped, utterly stunned. Rinka's heart just wouldn't stop beating. With his own red face, Corrin replied, The truth is, I have had feelings for you too, ever since the day I saw you. The prince looked away, embarrassed. I made excuses to myself, saying I just wanted you to make friends and learn, but honestly, I really wanted to get closer to you. With a sudden shove, Rinka's lips were suddenly on his. They both lost their balance and fell into the spring with a great splash. The passion in Rinka's kiss made Corrin's body blaze with heat, yet the cool spring water sent a joyous shiver up his spine. Removing her lips from him, Rinka stared into Corrin's befuddled state, grinning victoriously at his red cheeks. That was payback, purred the hot woman. Lovingly bumping his forehead with his lover, Corrin laughed. When you think about it, we really met in the worst possible way, didn't we? Don't say that! Rinka violently shook her head. From now on, I will remember it as one of the happiest days of my life. As you said. With a kind smile, the heir of the Fire Tribe wrapped her arms around the Prince of the Two Kingdoms. We should be grateful for everything fate did to connect us. Laying her head on his chest, Rinka smiled. Thank you for igniting this fire in my heart, Corrin. The end.